Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Three Men and a Little Virus. This is week number 16 of Series 2 and I had trouble coming up with a name for this one, so I just decided on robots. My name's Mark Cridland, I'm the one that tries to hold this all together and produce this, whatever it is. And I'm joined by our regular comedians, Mr. Adam Morrison-Jones, or AMJ, and Paul Tingy, along with an assortment of weird and wonderful characters. This week, AMJ tries to be relevant by making up jokes about sport and doesn't do sport. Paul had a nice surprise from Christopher Biggins, even though he pronounced his name wrong. And we have the Caterpillar update, of course, just to let you know what's been going on recently between M&S and Audi, as it's still going on. We discuss AMJ's singing and his old band's album being discovered in a shop. Prince Harry has got a new job, but he's got a weird name. And we find out what scared a woman in the middle of the night and made her call the police. And the police found it funny. And also, Paul, many years ago, was on Robot Wars. AMJ didn't know, despite us talking about it on the actual live Living the Dream show that we had ages ago. And our big celebrity comedian for the quiz is Mark Simmons. Yes, him off telly. Yeah, he's been on Mock the Week among other things. So yeah, Mark Simmons on the quiz in this show. Awesome. Sit back, relax and enjoy another week of Three Men and a Little Virus. Have you both had your second jab yet?
Yeah, I'm all jabbed up.
I've not
You
had
are?
the second one yet.
If
I haven't
Muhammad Ali.
2 jabs and that's it.
You're trying to be relevant talking about sports. You were talking about football on Facebook earlier this week.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
that
annoyed
doesn't-
me more? That 4 people called me out that I didn't have a clue what I was on about, and they were all right.
Jumpers for goalposts.
Jumpers for yeah. The problem is they're trying to take money away from the beautiful game, aren't they?
Yeah, the multi-million-pound game that they're playing. I'd understand it if they were going, oh yeah, Dover Rangers under 11s are being put into this multi-million-pound league. I'd understand the foyer then, but there you go.
I find it be odd if Dover Rangers under 11s were put into that league with the other 6 teams that were playing.
Yeah, it would have been great though for the local economy.
It would have been amazing.
Can you imagine 40,000 people on River Wreck trying to watch a game?
I think
Trying
it would
to park.
sink. Yeah. trying to get a hot cup of tea off the one guy. Serving like the bacon baps. Steady on. Have you got anything vegan? You can off.
This is football, not Forest Green Rovers.
Yeah. This is football, not the fancy food eating club.
Where's that?
That guy.
That's in Folkestone, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's in Herne Bay, next door to Jay's house.
Oh, of
There's
course.
no fancy food eating club round here.
Says the man who eats banana skin bacon.
Well, it's not fancy food, is it? That is something a student would have made.
No, a Ponce.
I reckon a student Ponce thinking, I've got nothing left, let's fry these banana skins.
Let's try them indeed. Did you all hear the beginning of Get Back by the Beatles then?
No.
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 Doing it again, innit?
Ooh.
There it
Did you hear it then?
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I heard it too. Because I was trying to get it to play Get Back when we was talking about the person trying to buy vegan food, but comedy's all in timing. It's all in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't it just? So, have you guys had a good week?
I've been on nights at work this week, so as far as I'm aware, I still think it's Tuesday at 2:15 on the hour of February. I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Can you ever adjust to nights? Because I remember the times like I'm doing a lot more evenings now, but it never seems adjustable, does it? Like that whole thing of like going to bed at like silly o'clock.
Well, I'll give you an idea. So I started work Sunday night,
Yeah.
and on Monday I got 2 hours and 48 minutes worth of sleep, according to my Fitbit. Other exercise watches are available. And also, and then Tuesday I got a resounding 4 hours and 12 minutes. Wednesday, I think I'd done about three. Oh, I'm just looking, 3 hours 14 minutes, and today I got a whopping 5 hours and 3 minutes.
Blimey.
Do you
Yeah.
still get woken up by your youngest at all? I bet, is he like at
Oh,
that age that wakes up in the night? I don't know. I don't have kids.
I got quite lucky.
Luckily.
He never really woke up during the night.
Really?
He'd like wake up once for feed.
Oh.
That was it. He was a good kid, and my oldest son, he's really good as well. He barely woke up during the night, or I just don't hear them.
Yeah. That's
Very
it.
deep sleeper.
You'd be knackered.
Yeah.
That's insane, man. Like, you must be like really, really tired.
I'm all right as long as I get 4 hours. I'm okay. So those days when I didn't get 4 hours, I was a bit grumpy. But when I get 4 hours sleep, I can get along.
Do you know
4
Margaret
hours?
Thatcher used to like last on 3 hours sleep a night?
Yep.
Horrible person, but I'm just bringing up what she did. There we go.
Well, she did
I don't
last
know
like 4 hours.
You're
Well, she
trying
did
to call
die.
me that Thatcher. Oh, brilliant! No, my Max just popped up saying you need to do an update, but at least here you can stop the update. Whereas in Microsoft just goes, "You're doing it. You're doing it now, if you like it or not."
I can't wait
All
for
right,
you
Trev.
to have a proper little breakdown again, like you did the other week. And you're saying like you'll be all right on no sleep, but you've just kicked off at Microsoft Windows. Oh, bloody telling me I need to update. Who do you fucking think you are? Stupid bloody robot that can't fucking move.
I wasn't. Look, just back off. Yeah, that wasn't me. You know what I'm like when I kick off.
I do.
I've chased you around a building.
I know, and that was all a bit hijinks that went a bit too far.
It was, and Pete, I did actually. Our listener contacted me and said I thought that video, because he's seen the video on your Facebook page, and I thought that was just a bit of fun. And I forgot that this person takes things so literally. I went, no, it was deadly serious. I really wanted to punch him, and he took that seriously. Oh no! HR warning for Tingy.
I generally think people think we've fallen out.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point with certain other people on the circuit, it's just going, you two all right?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to hold back off it, like, because
No,
I've not fallen out with you. I've got nothing against anyone, really, at this
Just
moment.
start calling him Tingy.
Tinsy.
Yeah, like bloody Biggins has.
Yeah.
I didn't.
At least.
What?
Yeah, at least he did a message for you.
Yeah.
Even if it was for Paul Tingy.
Yeah, not Paul Tingy.
Christopher Biggins call you Paul Tingy.
No,
Yeah.
he called me Quizmaster Tingy. I shared the link. I shared the video.
I've not seen it. I know quite a busy one to start. Paul Tingy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't know if I'm allowed to play it out loud. I won't obviously play the question because that's for the quiz.
You can do a little bit, I suppose, couldn't you?
Yeah, just to hear him say Tingy. So as the first question I think of the quiz tonight be how do you pronounce Paul's surname? I might ask Dave to just chuck that in for me. Right, there he is. Are you ready, AMJ? Here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes Biggins in all his glory.
It's Quizmaster Tingy's birthday, and we, those from...
Yep, Quizmaster Tingy.
Tingy.
Oh, that's great on so many levels.
I tell you, I performed at Angel Comedy, and the compere brought me on as Tingy, and it's the only time it's ever happened at comedy. And I came on stage and went, my name's Paul Tingy, and I lost it for about 5 minutes. I only had a 5-minute set, and I lost it about when people get my name wrong and how upset I get by it. Messing around, the compere didn't take it as me messing around and was really apologetic, and I think I upset them. But we're friends now, so that's great. Our special mystery guest is ready.
Oh, this is exciting.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell them that I'll get Critters to call them. Because Critters looks after
You go for it, Tingy.
I think before now, tell him he's got like 5 minutes because I want to do an update on the Audi versus M&S situation before.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, because we can't talk about that afterwards. We've got a TV comedian this time. No, I'm all right, AMJ.
you know when you think you're all right.
Yeah.
Maybe now and then. Maybe have an extra hour.
Yeah.
Thing is, we don't want to let this TV comedian, we don't want to let it all go to his head. Think that he's invincible. He could wait a moment.
I said to him, I can ask him to do Skype, to do Zoom, because he's like me, don't like Skype, and he went, I don't want people to think I'm a diva. I went, don't worry, I'll be telling them that you were demanding that we ended up using Skype, not Zoom. And I've already sent a text message to the Daily Star. Anyway, I recommend that you tell us this story quickly, because he's just put unbelievable when I said 5 minutes.
Oh, see, well, he should have been ready on time, shouldn't he? Anyway, so of course last week we spoke about the big fight between M&S and Audi over Cuthbert the Caterpillar and Colin the Caterpillar, and of course it's all just blown up even more, and there's been numerous daily tweets and Facebook statuses from Audi just basically just rolling with it and just playing with the whole thing. I'm pretty adamant that it's all just a ruse between the two companies to raise money for the charities that they're raising for, and it's all just friendly banter. I don't think there's anything negative in it at all. I reckon it is just a big marketing ploy and raising money for both the charities that they're raising money for. But what are your thoughts?
I would say that it's quite serious, and if they don't cease and desist, it will get quite graphic and horrid. That caterpillar will not become a butterfly.
The thing I loved is looking at all the other caterpillar cakes, and like I'm going to say it looks very similar to the Marks and Spencer's one, but thank God nothing looks like that Asda cake. Did you see it? It doesn't even look like it's got a face. Like you stare at it and you think it's stealing your soul. It's the most terrifying. It looks like The Exorcist.
Now, do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of the Bug's Life of the caterpillar. I was at a market and they were doing some knockoff Bug's Life toys, and the face of that caterpillar looked like the Asda caterpillar cake.
It looks like the Bug's Life caterpillar if after a Bug's Life he never got another acting role again and decided to take heroin. That's what that looks like. You see, it looks like Shrek on acid. It doesn't lie. It's generally terrifying. And like the Iceland one, which didn't even make the list of the top 8 caterpillar cakes, no effort whatsoever. Like, I don't know. It just really kind of... I love nonsense like this. Did you see the Jim or Draw It picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that after the quiz. Before our celebrity guest gets antsy. Like,
okay.
I did last time we had a celebrity.
Divas. These divas, eh?
Let's link him up.
Do you want me to try and get hold of our celebrity guest?
Well, yeah, you are the producer.
Are you going to do a big announcement then to say who he is in a mo?
Yeah. He's been on before.
Well, kind of. He was on Dave Discusses.
Yeah, Dave Discusses.
And he was Discusses, did.
What's that like our version of the right stuff? Where Dave takes on the topics of the day.
Yeah.
No, I just asked him about Mock the Week.
You did indeed. It was a very good interview.
You've not heard it, have you?
No.
Now,
I've listened to the shortened version, but not the whole one.
There was no shortened version.
There was.
No,
I've listened to something.
you've listened to the feel-good one.
No, I have listened to it because it mentioned me in it. Yeah, I remember it.
Oh, I'm only messing.
oh,
Hello. There he
well,
is.
look, we can see his face as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you want us? Shall we turn on our videos just for
I
this
think
little
that would
bit,
make
just for
sense.
us?
It's a bit creepy if it's just me.
I
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
yeah. We're just
I
staring at
kind
you.
of
That's all
like
it
it
is.
a bit like that, Mark.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It works.
That way
better.
you can touch yourself, and
It's exactly like that.
I'm just doing it in private anyway.
I like the way as soon as you came on, you had your hands as far away from your penis as you could, just to pretend, just to give the impression that you haven't been doing anything to it.
Exactly. Definitely not touching the old meat and two veg at all.
Are you sure?
Leaving it be.
No, he's just rubbing it all into his hair like hair gel.
That's it.
Something about Mary.
Oh, Paul's here.
He is.
It's the elephant in the room.
Still can't see Paul.
No, we're not going to see me, really, are we?
Where's Dave then?
Well, you've got a puppet. You've got that very expensive, extravagant gift, Paul.
Right.
How is everybody?
Jay, at the
Yeah,
moment,
good man.
John's cuddling him to bed at the moment. I can't prise him away from his little
You
fingers.
must prize him away.
Take that elephant off your son.
Hey and Jay, what's happening with Faversham? What's the deal? What's going down? Because the gig got cancelled.
Already trying to get him a f***ing gig, isn't he?
Yeah.
I had a gig. It got bloody cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah, the gig. We got warned not to do it because they're fining venues 10 grand for performances until the 17th of May. So
That's
we
the
wouldn't
same as
have
my
got-
fee.
Yeah, exactly. So we can afford that.
Standard Deliveroo, you a lot of money.
A lot. Right. So,
we're
Mark,
definitely
do you
warned
know?
on May.
Do you know how this is going to run? As Paul
course
actually
not.
told. No, f***ing idea at all.
Look, I have sent a message and it explained it very clearly.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a
See,
quiz.
Yeah, it's just a quiz. That's it. Well, that's the attitude to have, Mark. Let's be
Yeah, I
honest.
love a quiz.
You've done much better than this.
Are we competing?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't take it too seriously though, because Geraldine gives some crazy scores out.
yeah.
Geraldine.
Geraldine, by the way, I'm a giraffe.
Fine.
That is the best reaction I've ever seen. Fine.
If only the listeners could see this.
Oh,
This
Right.
is what life's come to, Simmons. This is
I
what
think it's time to give Dave a shout and get him to start this week's quiz. So, Dave, are you ready to do a jingle for us?
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then, crack on with.
You want me to do it? Okay. This is the quiz, and it's like busted. It's nothing, got no busted questions. It's EG. Elephant and giraffe example given. It's Dave's quiz time. And we've got a very big guest tonight. Literally, he's very tall and he's famous. He's been on my television, and it's not because I've been creepy and just record him when he's out and about. It's the wonderful Mark Simmons.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Is that time for me to talk? I've just realised I didn't know what EG standard for all these years.
There you go. Something you learnt. Oh, I've done my job today.
I just thought it was. I don't know why, because there's no G in example, but it sounds like an example. And when I was a kid, I think I just thought, I guess that's why it's EG. And I had no idea it was example given. There you go. Bit of
Must be
fun.
Latin or something.
I don't know.
But I don't know if it does stand for example given. I just like it. But anyway, nice to have you on, Mark. I said you've been on the telly. Tell us briefly, for those of us that haven't listened to Dave Discusses with Mark Simmons, AMJ, Just tell us what TV we've seen you on.
AMJ hasn't listened to it.
No,
I haven't as yet, Mark. I'm sorry. I will have a couple of them back.
he's an absolute bellend.
Unbelievable.
So, sorry.
But this is the big one. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this call. I'm excited.
And you had to wait an extra 5 minutes whilst 3 amateurs were just dicking about, making the pro wait. Disgraceful. Anyway, what TV shows have we seen you on, Mark Simmons?
Oh, you want me to tell you what TV shows I did? That's like awkward, isn't it?
I'll do it then.
Mock the week. It's like I just feel a bit. It feels a bit. I don't know. It feels a bit sort of arrogant going just listing them off. It's better if you list them off, isn't it?
He's been on Mock the Week.
Oh, yeah.
He's done a BBC Three online special with Sean Walsh, and now that he's finished his dancing and putting his tallywhacker about, they've got their duo back together. They're doing more duo comedies on the onlines.
I've done loads more TV than this. Come on.
Yeah, he's currently in BT Sport. He's doing some things there, and Al Baldino's also on there. Oh, I'd love to get Al Baldino on the show. He actually listens, he told me.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he told me that too. I asked him if he was feeling all right, and he had COVID around that time, so I assumed that was one of the side effects.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him, because this is double dog, this. And you were part of a sketch show on ITV, and you were part of another sketch show called Stay at Home.
Was I?
Yeah.
What was that?
Were you in a pregnancy?
Stay at home?
Or did I imagine that one?
I don't know.
I'd...
Stay at home?
It sounds great, though. Like I remember you clearly on Stay at Home, Mark. Do you not remember the sitcom Stay at Home?
It's a sitcom, was it?
No! It's a sketch show.
A sketch show called Stay at Home?
I think it was a one-off to not promote not mingling about with COVID and stuff. Oh, no. Maybe I dreamt that one. Anyone wants to buy those rights, message me. Andrew, you were on it, and some other comedians.
Yeah?
Yeah. Milton Jones was on it too.
Was he?
Yeah, you weren't in the same
Are you talking
group.
about Out There?
Oh, that might be it.
That was like 3 years ago.
No, you done one more recent too, or maybe I just imagined you was in it.
I organised a load of one-liner comedians to do one-liners and then drop a mic to each other during lockdown. And Milton Jones was in that. Is that what it was?
No, because that was just on exclusives.
Yeah.
I might have
Dave,
just dreamt
maybe you watched the repeat on Dave.
Yeah. Not now. Keep talking. Not now.
Now's not the time, Dave.
Well, I'm trying. No, your IMDb says you've never been on it.
I don't think it exists.
Yeah, I've never heard of Stay at Home.
I think people have just said that to you so much in your life that it's just in your brain now. Whenever you've asked to sort of do something with people, just stay at home.
Thanks, Mr. Simmons. But tell us a bit about yourself. Just a quick 10 seconds about yourself.
I'm a one-liner comedian. What else would you like to know?
Something fun.
Something
The
fun.
second line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was once in a show called Staying at Home. It's very popular.
Who were you on it with?
Staying at home. Right, let's look at the other contestants.
What?
Bearded one with glasses. What's your name?
I'm also Mark, but yeah, you lot call me DJ Critters for some reason. I'm the producer, and yeah, I'm not the funny one. Although that could be deliberated between me and Paul.
I feel like it's up for grabs for anyone right now.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
AMJ, tell me about yourself.
Hello, I'm AMJ, and I'm here, and I'm ready to quiz Dave. I'm ready to take home that trophy.
Oh, fantastic! So,
He's kissing ass again.
as as we all know, this is a lovely quiz. There's 6 questions. You all get to get the question, and you all get to go first twice. And there's some fantastic questions this week. I do the questions, and Geraldine finds the answers for me. Are you ready?
Is it like a buzz-in? How do we do it?
Oh no, I'll come to you one at a time.
Okay.
So the first round will go Mark, AMJ, and Mark Simmons.
You're going to get confusing there, isn't it?
Why is this the only time you've not called him Critters, Dave? That's the other thing that makes no sense.
The one time when you should call him that.
Because it was a little joke.
Oh, I see, Dave. Sorry.
So, sometimes my comedy's a bit highbrow for you, AMJ.
I understand that. That's not hard.
And to be honest, most people in the world as well, and that's why they don't laugh. And that's what I'm saying. Right, is everyone ready? DJ Critters, first question. Are you ready for this?
Go on then.
What is the most sold flavour of Walker's Crisps?
I'm going to say ready salted.
Okay, moving to AMJ.
It's obviously salt and vinegar, isn't it? The greatest flavour.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm just an elephant. Mark Simmons. What is the most sold flavour crisps by the makers Walkers?
Multi-pack?
Oh, I like that answer. Let's go to Geraldine.
I tell you what, none of you are correct. However, I'm going to give Mark Simmons, or just actually before I give him the bonus point, is it meaty multi-pack or regular multi-pack?
Regular multi-pack.
He gets 1 point because cheese and onion are available in the ready multi-pack.
But so are salt and vinegar and ready salted.
Yeah.
The difference is, Mark Simmons, I don't like those two, but I like you.
Oh, but cheese and onion was the answer.
Yeah, cheese and onion was
Oh, right. Yes, I am right. Yeah, take that point. Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
I love it.
So that's 3 points to Mark Simmons.
I can't believe that is the answer, though. That is the worst flavour.
It is. Yeah. They just pile up.
You know what it is? It's because everyone else, salt and vinegar is blue. So they grab a blue packet thinking it's salt and vinegar, and then it turns out to be cheese and onion, but they bought it by that point, and that's the stats.
And then they put their face mask and all they can smell is smelly cheese. It's like being in AMJ's underpants.
How would you know?
I got to pay my rent. And AMJ, just to let you know, you're getting one bonus point because you were really nice at the beginning of the show.
Oh, thank you for that bonus point.
No worries.
Oh no, AMJ, we're coming to you for the second.
Can I question that for a second? Because you asked AMJ something about himself, and all he said was, "I'm really looking forward to doing the quiz," or "I'm ready to do the quiz." So technically, he didn't even answer your questions.
I know, but I don't like Dave that much. So if you just ignore the questions, you have to get more points.
Good to know.
Okay, excellent. That might come in very handy for you later, Simmons, because there's a big question to ask later for you. Right, AMJ, are you ready?
I'm ready. Fire away.
Well, what's longer, a nautical mile or a mile?
I'm going to go with a nautical mile because I'm going to be clever about this because you've got all the stuff underneath it in the sea.
Okay, Simmons, what's longer, a nautical mile or a mile?
What do you mean? It's everything under it in the sea?
Well, I was just thinking because it might be one of those trick questions because it might go with depth as well as length.
Yeah, because there might be some octopus tentacles just floating around.
Well, not quite that, but yeah.
Cheese and onion.
Oh, I think I can see where you're going with this. DJ Critters.
AMJ said nautical mile. Simmons said cheese and onion, so I'm just going to go with a normal regular mile.
Now, I tell you what, there's only one person who's got the answer correct here. Normally, I'd be saying DJ Critters, because normally he gets the answer right. But he's on a losing streak. The correct answer is nautical
Cheese and onion.
It's not cheese and onion, I'm afraid, Mark Simmons. However,
Is it Green Mile?
no, it'd be Blue Mile because it's Walker's cheese and onion. We just said about that. You're one of those disappointed people walking out cheese and onion, not S&V as I like to call salt and vinegar. But Mark Simmons, you're getting a bonus point because you had a cheeky little smile as you said cheese and onion. You knew what you was doing, you little bloody scamp.
So if you ignore the questions, you do get a point. That's great.
Yeah.
Probably if you're a guest and your name's not AMJ.
Okay,
You're in with a luck. You're in with a lot of luck here.
third question is going to Mark Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Simmons, this is a postcode. Now, I
Cheese and
want you
onion.
to tell me what the postcode is for.
Okay.
SW1A0AA.
And you want me to say what it's for?
Yeah, what building is that a postcode for?
What building?
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
SW1A0AA.
Oh, isn't there a TV show called SW1? Is it like Parliament or something?
I think you was on it with Milton Jones in the lockdown.
Stay at home.
Yeah, Stay at Home SW1. That's what it's called. Yeah, it was just a talk show. Yeah, I've definitely dreamt this. So Parliament is what
Parliament. I'll go for Parliament.
Okay. DJ Critters, over to you.
Yeah, this actually came up in a quiz that I hosted last year, and I was trying to figure out what it is. And yeah, Simmons is right. I'm going with Simmons on this one. How's the Parliament?
AMJ, are you going to go with the correct answer of the previous two, or are you going to say something stupid?
I'm going to say
Cheese and
something
onion.
stupid. Cheese and onion. I'm going to go with the Lockkeeper's Cottages from Big Brother. Big Breakfast even, not Big Brother.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
If only I'd gone for that.
I reckon it's-
FF. Anyway, so we got two correct answers there. It was Houses of Parliament. Well done, Mark Simmons. You get 5 points for getting that correct. Critters, you get yourself 5 points too, because you were cheeky. You knew the answer, but you'd forgotten it, and you just nicked Simmons' answer. AMJ, the Big Breakfast House was in Lockford Cottages, so I'm afraid you get -3 points.
Bugger. Wow. I've learnt a lesson.
But, and also, everyone that said cheese and onion, I think, because you're all repeating the same joke, you've just got yourselves a script writing joke on Mrs. Brown's Boy, so congratulations.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's good.
Quite like that.
You like the money?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's unpaid. It's a joke, Squally's joke writer. Stuart Lee.
Right, okay. Right.
These are weird people you're taking down, Geraldine, right now. Mrs. Brown's Boys, Joe Pasquale and Stuart Lee.
I love how surreal this is. This is absolute nonsense. I love it. It feels like shooting stars.
These people have not
It
paid.
feels like shooting stars, but you don't know. You're not doing it wrong on purpose.
Exactly.
I'm putting that on the poster. Right, where are we? Question 3. Oh, this is a good question. Are you there, DJ Critters?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, who was the first presenter of the X Factor in the UK?
Ah, that was years ago, and I don't watch that crap. I'm gonna guess it.
Watched it then.
I'm gonna say what? What was that?
That was Colourblind by Darius, and he was on the first series of X Factor.
Ah.
Yes,
Was it?
We don't have to pay royalties.
That's all right then. Was it AMJ? Did he present it?
Probably why it bombed. Over to you, AMJ. Who was the first presenter of the X Factor in the UK, United Kingdom?
Is it someone who is very early noughties? Like, if you say noughties, you think about them.
Dennis the Menace, he's very naughty.
Yeah, he is pretty naughty. Is it Kate? Oh, what was her surname?
The blonde woman.
The blonde Kate Thornton, Kate
AMJ,
Thornbury.
you know I have to take your first answer.
What, Kate Thornton?
Moving over to Mark Simmons.
Yeah.
Mark Simmons, who was the first presenter of the X Factor in the UK?
I don't know if it's a trick question. I'm going to say Dermot O'Leary.
Oh, very...
Kermit O'Dreary.
Now, I'll tell you what, we're just going to enjoy a bit more of Darius Colourblind. That's enough of that. So, completely correct. And there's no bonus points this time. AMJ, you were correct. It was Kate Thornton. You get yourself 10 points.
Oh, this is
10?
10 points. I'll tell you actually, Simmons, you get 3 points for reminding him her hair were blonde. That's very nice of you to help him.
Question 5. AMJ, looking at you.
Yep.
This is a true or false question. Michael Ball once released an album called Female.
Oh, for fuck! Right. Oh, Michael Ball did not release an album called Female, and I am sorry to Paul for bringing that up in a quiz and saying it was true.
Yeah, a quiz that went on radio, wasn't it, AMJ?
It was a radio-based quiz, and I feel a bit stupid now.
Yeah.
Which is why you should research stuff, people. Why you should research stuff.
And you tried making Paul look stupid by saying that it was false. It was true, didn't you? And
I did, and it turns out
to have all
Paul's
this Michael
quite
Ball
into Michael
CDs
Ball.
to prove it.
Yeah. I didn't expect Paul to be such a big Michael Ball fan in the long run.
No one did. However, he was fantastic in Toast of London in the episode Bonus Ball.
What was your answer, Adam?
It was false.
Okay, I'm going for false.
Oh, isn't it Ricky Grover in that episode of Toast of London?
Yeah, he's in it too.
Okay.
But Michael Ball's in it, and he's amazing. DJ Critters.
Yeah, we're all going false on this one because we all know what AMJ screwed up.
The question is, does Sharon know that you've messed up yet, AMJ?
Yeah.
The integrity of BBC Radio Midway down.
It wasn't BBC Radio Medway.
No,
The BBC had nothing to do with it.
The BBC commissioned it. It was on prime time, Saturday, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Now, you're all correct. It was false. You all get 15 points, but I'm afraid AMJ loses 10 points because he cost Paul's team points when it came to the quiz.
Are you taking points off me for losing you points on another quiz that has nothing to do with this podcast?
I'm not, because I wasn't part of that quiz. I normally hate Paul, but I know how passionate he gets about quizzes.
But Paul's not even here.
No, he's the one who's holding the auto cue for me and Dave.
Ah, okay.
Believe it or not, this is heavily scripted.
Paul, can you give us a hello from the distance?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, he is there.
He
Hi,
works
Paul.
on throwing his voice, isn't he? That's good, that's star. Skills.
Amazing. Well done, Paul. Another cameo in the
Have I ever told you guys about the time I beat Paul in a gong show in Portsmouth?
You haven't, Mark. Go on.
Simmons, hold on. This is very interesting because this is question number 6.
Oh.
Oh, we got one more question. Then he can
Let's
tell us
wait
all
then.
about it.
Question,
We won't let you
question
forget,
number
though.
6 is true or false. Now, some of you will know the answer if you listen to Dave Discusses. But I spoke to Paul and he had a conflicting answer. So, let's get to the bottom of this like a true journalist. Mark Simmons, true or false? Did you once beat Paul Tingey in a gong show competition in Portsmouth?
True.
Okay, DJ Critters.
Who's given the answers on this?
Uh,
That's what I want to know.
well, we'll have to trust the person that was there, won't we?
Okay. Well, then I'll also go true.
AMJ.
Definitely true.
Okay, because we got no way of nullifying the answer to this one. Mark Simmons, can you just give us a little story about what happened before I reveal answer, please?
That's not very exciting. Just Paul went on, just didn't have a very good gig, and then I went on after him and had a good one, and I won.
Okay, so the answer's true.
Woo.
Bullshit, that never happened.
You can keep quiet back there, Paul. No one's going to believe you.
Can you think of any material that Paul did, Mark, like that might have got him to hit that gong?
I think he crawled on stage pretending he was disabled.
And he didn't win.
I won the whole night. I won £100 for f***'s sake.
No, you didn't win all, Pet. Mark Simmons won it. He's the one who's had the TV career, and you work in a dead-end job working on night shifts. So off. Simmons is the winner.
Is he the overall winner?
Right, Geraldine, can you go through the points for us so we can find out who's won the quiz?
Like the points make any bloody difference. It's like Mock the Week, Mark. It's like Mock the f***ing Week. No one gives a shit about the points.
Oh, I'm making him feel at home. And Paul gets quite upset when he watches Mock the Week when the points aren't given fairly. Even though he's been to recording Mock the Week and knows that Dara just records any old shite. Anyway, AMG, you are in second place this week with positive 47 points. Critters, Grades, you've come stone cold last. You were just about to come equal first, but you just slagged off my pointing system, so you can right off. You're on minus 100. And Mark Simmons,
Giraffes.
you are fantastic. You win this week's quiz.
Yay!
Hey.
Well done, Mark.
It's nice taking part.
And I'll tell you what, because you've won, I'm going to play a song just for you.
This my shit. All the girls stomp your feet like this.
So there you go, a little bit of Gwen Stefani.
My favourite.
Yeah, and you know, that song's all about people talking shit and telling lies. Maybe you should think about that one.
Oh, dear. Well, well done, Mark.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Oh, thanks.
Have you got
Is
any more
that it?
shows? Any shows coming up that you can tell us about?
Yeah, but your listeners are in Dover, aren't they?
All over on this one.
All over. This is a
Oh.
podcast listened to worldwide.
Will people in London be listening?
Yes.
Do you know that they're London?
Yeah, you got loads up there.
The Big
I've heard of that
Smoke.
place.
I'm doing a show in London at the Leicester Square Theatre on the 23rd of October. Come along, it'll be good.
Ooh, what's it called?
One-liner.
Again. Are you recycling show names?
No, this is my first tour show.
Ah.
So that was an Edinburgh show.
Yes.
And then my first tour show, I want people to know what it is I do. So that's the best title for the first one.
Yeah. I suppose if you did the first tour show as one-liner,
They
people
would
will
know
go,
what I was
what
on
the
about.
hell?
Yeah.
They're thinking
What?
his tits.
I'd think they was going to an AMJ show.
They
No one
probably
knows what's
would.
going on.
It's basically the best of everything up to this point that I've done.
Oh, nice.
So you won't be doing anything from Portsmouth that night then?
Well, one. So yeah, I'll be doing quite a bit from that. That's what they all want. That's what people are coming for.
Oh, it's very interesting.
If it's all the best bits, that must go on for what, 6-7 hours? A
I
long
think
show.
you should have said minutes then.
I was trying to be
I
nice.
was going to say seconds, to be honest.
You
I'm not talking about your sex life, Paul.
You just fanboy over Mark all the time. You see him on TV and go, I know him. I've been in the same car as him once.
I've never been in the same car as Mark Simmons. I'll never make that claim.
Yeah, Paul don't tell lies. Apart from the fact that he won in Portsmouth. What a fat liar.
What venue was it in Portsmouth? I love how much you've held this.
The Black Cat. See, I remember it very well. So
Yeah.
obviously I remember it.
Well, you would. You won.
Yeah.
Who was compare that evening? Do you know that? For bonus points.
Do you remember that? Do you?
I remember this.
Do you?
It's
Oh,
John
was
Richard.
it
Sorry, go ahead.
Richard? Was it Richard?
It wasn't Richard. It was John Richardson.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
What?
Yeah, it's John Richardson.
Are you joking?
No.
Bloody hell. I didn't know I'd met him before I sort of met him later. Do you know what I mean?
To be
Was he
honest,
there
I
on the
probably
same
didn't
night?
remember you either, Mark.
That's mad. Wow. Good bit of knowledge, that. Interesting.
You can use that against him when you see him next.
Yeah.
And get him to
Tell
record
him
a
to when I
soundbite.
won. Yeah.
Yeah. Get a recording of him saying, "Yeah, you definitely won."
He'd
Just a
definitely
wine
remember that gig. That'd be the one thing John Richards will remember. Going, do you know what? Remember that gig in Portsmouth in the Black Cat?
Back in 2008, September the 16th.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the date or not. I'm just making dates up now.
Anyway, where can people find out more about you then, Mark?
At Jokes with Mark across all social media. At Jokes with Mark. And my podcast is also called Jokes with Mark.
Oh, you've got a
So-
podcast, have you?
Yeah.
No one's ever mentioned it before.
Oh, there we go. At
Brilliant
Jokes with Mark.
We plug your podcast a lot on this show, Mark, as you know, as you're an avid listener to this show.
I mean, El Baldino has been telling me all about it.
Yeah.
All good stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, he loves it. Genuinely, I think.
What?
I don't think he's lying.
He wouldn't
Are you
lie.
sure
He's
he
a
meant
nice-
this podcast?
He always winks after. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I've noticed
That's
that
just
Twitch
his
as well. When
job.
he says I've done well, comparing, he always gives me a little wink as well. I said, "You've done a good
Because
job
what-
there, Paul." Gives me a little wink.
Whatever you do in the toilets afterwards is up to you.
I tend to wash my hands because I've had the microphone with many other people.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Is that what you get up to on those nights? Holding the microphone.
Yeah.
What
Get
a
your girlfriend,
paid
get your
gig,
girlfriend, get your wife to do a sound check.
I should be so lucky.
She sings Kylie.
Yeah, she does it. She's quite frequently spinning around at night.
Oh,
Like The Exorcist.
lovely.
Just quickly before you go, Mark, have you done a ComCom pod of recent, or did I dream that? Have I just looked at something sleepy? and think that you've...
Yeah, Stuart Goldsmith. No, we were just talking about staying at home.
Oh yeah. Everyone's mate.
That's-
The box set's coming out soon, isn't it?
yeah. He said my profile wasn't big enough until I've been on staying at home. So
Yeah. That's what gets you a ComCom pod now.
yeah.
Look, Dave just imagines these things, all right?
Yeah.
It's currently Paul's feelings.
On that note, then, we'll let you crack on. So, yeah, cheers, Mark, for coming on.
Oh, my pleasure. It's been the highlight of my day.
Thanks
Yeah.
very much.
Have you just woken up?
You must have had a bad day.
Yeah. I was just being tortured actually.
Yeah.
Just had a break from the old torture.
And this still beat the torture. I don't believe it.
No, it's a nice palate cleanser actually.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Palate
So I just-
cleanser for torture. I like that. We'll use that as well.
That's a good quote. Yeah.
You should use that next time you're staying at home.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah. That's actually my catchphrase on it.
See, I knew Dave hadn't made it up.
Do I just go? Do I?
Yeah,
Well,
we'll let you go.
You can make a good sing and dance and say goodbye to our listener, El Baldino.
Bye, El Baldino. I'm actually probably going to go for a coffee with you soon, so I'll probably see you before this comes out.
Yeah.
This
But-
comes out on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, no, I won't see him then. Hi, El Baldino.
See you for coffee soon.
See you on Tuesday.
Are you calling him a or are you literally seeing him next Tuesday?
Well, see you on Tuesday is nearly
he a
counts.
cat? He's a vampire.
It's a dyslexic vampire. Bye, everyone. Love
Bye,
you.
Mark.
Bye, Mark. Always
Bye.
a pleasure. See you soon.
Boy! See you there, Simmons. Oh, he's gone. I was going to ask if I could stick my tongue down his throat.
Well, that was good. Simmons was good. I like having Simmons on. We might have to get him on as a repeat offender. I mean,
and
contestant.
I have a funny feeling as soon as clubs are open again, and I don't think we'll get him again.
he
You might be too
is.
busy.
I'm making the most of lockdown at the moment to make sure that we can get him when we can.
If you don't catch him in London, he is playing at at Baltic House in Faversham on Sunday, the 23rd of May.
Oh, that's the Sunday after Mimic Masters.
It is
Ooh.
indeed, and tickets go on sale tomorrow when I've finalised the description.
Are you just getting loads of events all at once, and it's just going to be like a massive rush of stuff going on, and then you got to run out of ideas?
Not at all, not at all. It's planned for the next 3 months, solid,
And then nothing.
and then nothing, and then it'd just be AMJ sings some musicals, which we've all wanted for a while. But I think
AMJ sings the music of female Broadway and West End stars
and AMJ
with Michael Ball.
female. Could you imagine? I'm up for that. I'm up for recording a female album to make it up to you.
To be honest, Michael Ball would probably happily do a duet.
He probably would. I don't think he's that busy.
Any excuse to sing.
I'll be honest. I might. Wouldn't it be great if we had him on as a guest on this show, and then he went, "Yeah, actually, Female was a true album that came from me, but it flopped so badly that I erased any form of memory of it on any form of social media and
Yeah.
internet."
And he went around all the R-Price shops and got the records.
And just smashed them. And just smashed every single one. Like, even in charity shops. I tell you what doesn't work with that. I remember going into a charity shop in Bognor Regis, and this was about 10 years ago, and they had albums at £1.50 and singles at 50p. And I was going through these, and then I found the Mash's debut album at 25p. So I remember just like that being the most heartbreaking moment ever.
At least it was still being sold. Think
Well,
about
yeah.
that.
Well, that's the way to
Whose
think.
album
That
was it?
the Mash, Mild Bands.
Oh right, it was yours.
Yeah, I should have set that up better, but
Did you buy it?
yeah, I did buy it. It actually worked out cheaper to buy that than it cost to print and produce it at the time. So we just sold it again, but like, yeah, cheaper than a single.
Cheaper than a single.
Someone must have really hated that.
No, you know why though, don't you?
Why?
Why that was? Because AMJ talent is priceless. So as soon as you start paying too much for something, the talent's no longer there.
Is this
Tell
how you
Michael
get people
Ball
to perform for free? You sound like a very old agent of mine who used to do something very similar along the lines of "Who needs equity when you've got a dream?"
I mean, how do you think I managed to get Simmons on tonight for free? Robin Perkins last week, Fiona Well-Dead the week before, and all the other fantastic acts. Trev is still angry at me, and everybody else. I'll tell you,
And the world.
and the world, because the rest of his interview hasn't been played. But I can't play it. I can't. I've tried editing it down, but there's only about 45 seconds left because there's a lot of stuff that should not be said in public. But yeah, we all got one of these, didn't we, this week? AMJ probably didn't listen to it, but we all got this from our mate Trev.
I did listen. I just had a bit of a busy old week.
Yeah, it's time for Dave's quiz. Yeah, Dave's quiz now. Yeah, Dave's quiz. And the first contestant number 1. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Mark, and I'm the only professional one on the show.
Oh, that's very nice. And who is contestant number 2?
Hello, you lovely people. It's me, Adam Morrison Jones. Yes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. And my dad went, bingo.
So that goes on for 15 minutes. That does. It doesn't. It goes on for.
But it's the accents. Yeah, the impressions are very good.
He's got us down to a T.
I don't think he done me justice. He sounded too confident.
Why don't we get him on and we could have a Dave off?
A Dave off.
What do we do that for?
I'd just like it
Are
if
you
you
trying
met.
to replace me?
I'm not trying to replace you at all,
Is he
Dave.
cheaper than me?
Well, I don't know. How can anyone be cheaper than the cast we already have?
I'm getting paid, mate.
You're getting paid.
Yeah,
How much?
I get £100 a show.
£100
Gets paid
a
in
show.
peanuts.
Yeah.
£100 worth of peanuts a show.
No,
You
£100.
pay peanuts, and that's what you get.
Stone cold hard cash, mate.
Wow.
Yes, but- yeah.
That's more than Mimic Masters.
What? Paul
Yeah.
he's going to make a fortune on that.
Well, there is a slight fee, but
Is there really a slight fee?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
I
we
think
have to pay AMJ.
Well, I'm sending a heart emoji into our chat about that.
Oh,
I'm happy that there's going to be a bit of cash coming my way.
There will be a bit of cash for it. It's not going to be massive amounts.
I didn't know you
there
could
is a
do that.
heart. It's being ticketed, so it's only.
It's been. Is it of the tickets? Is it a percentage of the tickets?
Yes.
Don't forget, I'm the big pool here, so give me you.
And let's not forget, this is one of the only times Living the Dream fans and fans of Free Men and Little Virus get me, you, and Critters in a show together.
Yeah.
I think it's the only time it's ever happened.
The only time it's ever happened.
Other than the Christmas night switch on when there were 3,500 people.
Yeah, I miss those days.
They were good.
That, it's a rare opportunity.
Apart from that 3,000 people crowd.
Yeah, that was fine.
And then a couple of years later, you two start off. And by the way, Start with Paul is available this Saturday on the release, 5 p.m. and Wednesday 7 p.m. But you two scarper off, and then it's left with just little old me hosting the Dover Light Christmas Switch On.
All by himself.
You did all right.
Apparently so.
I'll tell you, I went on Facebook. They say don't check reviews or anything, but I have a very fragile ego, so I just wanted it to get shattered even more. And I went on Facebook. I went on all the Dover Dovorian forums, the Dover for Disgruntled forums, and nobody slagged me off. I was really upset.
Because nobody attended.
No, there was a good number there.
Yeah, 2. Neither of them had Facebook. It's because they both live on the streets.
But that's the problem with that, though. Like, because I remember one year when we all did it together.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't like you, did they?
They didn't like me. There was loads of really nice comments, and there was one, and you know when you're just going, that's clearly aimed at me. I can't even remember what it was looking back.
It was because you're slagging Dover off.
Oh yeah, I did slag him off quite a bit. I think someone put a bicycle against a wall or something. I said, "Don't leave that there." It'd be nicked, and which could have happened. I don't think. I think I boosted it up. It was just a joke about theft.
Just a joke about theft.
Just a joke about theft in old Dover town.
And I thought, well, it's a shame that you moved to Herne Bay during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't have the street parties that we were planning once you turned your back on us.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Hey, are you ready?
Hey, with the monkeys, just monkeying around with you. Who?
I've got a news story just to bring up something a bit different.
Yeah, it's about time.
It is about time. This one's actually about Prince Harry.
All right.
Our old Harry, who's moved off to California. So where he's living in California, he's got himself a new job. Do you know what this new job is?
Power Ranger.
Close.
Is he working for Royal Mail because he's got an in?
not in California.
Cheese and onion.
Yes, cheese and onion. No.
I said that to begin with. Comedy's all in the timing.
Isn't it just? He's working for a mental health startup, and his title is Chief Impact Officer, which in American business circles is shortened to Chimpo.
It's what now?
Chimpo, as in
Chimpo.
Chimpo, Chimpo. And now lots of people are saying, "Yay, well done! He's doing some really good stuff." It's it's all for a mental health organization. But do you know what the word chimpo means in Japan?
Oh,
No.
now I did see this. I saw this week, and I thought, I bet old DJ Critters will be talking about this on the podcast. And there's about 3 news stories I've been looking at. It's rude, isn't it? Isn't it penis?
Yes. So all the all the kids and teenagers in Japan are seriously giggling, and as are the 30-somethings who do podcasts, giggling away to themselves. Shut
It
up.
is funny though, isn't it? It like to call yourself like, ha, penis.
Yeah, I can just imagine him going over to Japan and introducing himself to people over there, going, "Yes, I'm the chimpo," and they're all going, "Haha, penis."
It sounds more like a really crap Pokemon that you'd get early on than it does a penis.
You got to catch them all.
Well, I suppose you can with STIs.
Yeah.
Nice.
There wasn't even a segue into that. That was really bad, and I am sorry. It wasn't like just going.
California there. Let's make Prince feel at home.
Well, I like Prince Harry. I think he was one of my favourites.
He was? What happened?
Well, he's not a member of the royal family anymore, is he?
He's still a member of the royal family. He's just not a senior royal anymore.
Well, yeah, but
he doesn't do the events and things.
That's where you want to see him. I'm not going to pop round for a cup of tea, am I? And like,
he's still going to do Invictus, and he's still going to raise loads of money for mental health charities. He's still going to raise money for the military and the people who served before. He just done an ill-advised interview. And if that's the only crime he's ever done, then people really need to move on. Well, and he dressed up as a Nazi once, didn't he? That didn't help.
Well, do you know what I found hilarious?
He dressed up nice at the weekend, so we'll let him off.
And did we notice Prince Andrew?
Hold on, just before you carry on, AMJ. Sorry to interrupt you, but are you condoning the dressing up as Nazis at weekends, Critters?
No, how he dressed up nice last weekend.
Oh, last weekend. Okay, sorry. I thought you said he dressed up. When I said he dressed like a Nazi, you went, "Yeah, he dresses up nice at the weekends." Sorry, I thought we pointed you out as a Nazi.
My internet cut out when you said that, and then he did it last weekend, like he'd show up, like to his poor grandfather's funeral, who fought some off as a Nazi. Which
that would have been really awkward, wouldn't it?
Well, for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. But as I say, Prince Andrew, not a drop of sweat on him. So starting to believe that maybe that man doesn't sweat.
Mm. Well, he doesn't. Falklands accident.
Yeah, Falklands accident. That's what happens. Like, imagine getting an accident like that, or something terrible happening, like slipping over and cutting yourself, but making it so you can't sweat. It's either the world's shittest superpower or the world's luckiest man.
I mean, could you imagine that on, those TV adverts? Oh, I've had an accident. And what's that? I can't sweat. Oh, you best get yourself to Pizza Express in Welling.
There's a nice impression of Prince Andrew there.
Oh, it's me, Prince Andrew. Oh, look up your daughters.
He wasn't really my friend.
Oh, I wasn't at Pizza Express.
He was there for his daughter's birthday. Why'd he tell us?
Exactly. Should have had a McDonald's party. That would have been much better.
Ronald McDonald and the burglar.
The hamburglar, not just a burglar. That was sinister. Guy with a VCR does knock him round the corner. Oh, the burglar's here. Cover your wallets.
That reminds me, actually, talking of burglars, that leads me on to the last of the news stories that I've got for this week, which was about this woman who woke up in the middle of the night hearing some banging downstairs, immediately thought, it's a burglar, so called the police.
Ooh.
When the police turned up, they broke down the door because the woman and her daughter hid in the bathroom because they were really scared. And the police came in, broke the door down, and then were in fits of laughter. Do you know why?
Was it her husband?
No.
Was it a
Ronald
pack
McDonald?
of cheese and onion crisps?
If only it was.
Was it a pack of salt and vinegar crisps, but in the slightly same colour to the different brand?
No, wasn't that either.
Was
Oh,
it? Oh, yeah. I think I know what this was.
Was it Terry Nutkins?
I was
you
about
got
to say
me.
That.
But no, it wasn't.
With George Alagaya in the background.
Yeah.
Latest news report. That's 2 weeks on the trot I've mentioned George Alagaya. George Alagaya, come and be a guest on the show.
I can't even pronounce his name once.
It's the only time I've heard it mentioned.
Oh no, don't pronounce his name once. That's completely incorrect. It's George.
Sounds like a really candy man, doesn't it? George Alagaya just turns up.
If you say it 3 times, in the mirror, he comes behind you and goes, "And this is the 10 o'clock news." I don't know why I done my best Trevor's voice then.
Yeah, that was the wrong person.
It was the wrong person.
But anyway, this
McDonald,
one.
that's his surname. I almost called him Trevor Brookin. He's a footballer.
And not feel good either.
No.
At 1 o'clock in the morning, over this woman's meditation music that she puts on to help her sleep, she suddenly heard a boom, 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 in her own words, from downstairs.
It was the Venga Boys.
Together in our... I'm still waiting for that bus.
And it wasn't them. And do you know what she did when she heard that noise?
She went in the bathroom with her daughter.
No, first thing she did was text her mates to say, "Oh, there's a burglar in my house." And they said, "Call the police," which is a good idea. So she did. This is in America, by the way. And so do you know what made the police laugh when they broke down the door?
Was it the Hamburglar?
It wasn't. No, surprisingly.
Had the paper boy got his hand stuck in the letterbox where he was trying to put the Evening Standard in?
What, 1 o'clock in the morning?
He was late.
It's a big street.
He had a puncture on his bike.
It was very late. And this is North Carolina, not North London.
Well, exactly. He had to pedal his bike across the bloody Atlantic. What more do you want from him?
Yeah.
He has to get, I don't remember. He's just to get there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember him cycling across the ocean in on that game, the video game from the 80s.
I loved that game, Paperboy.
It was awesome. But anyway, it was the family's robot vacuum.
Oh.
Yes. Apparently they hadn't used the vacuum in almost 2 years, but the woman's son decided that he wanted to put it on and before he left for the weekend because he didn't want to do any chores over the weekend. So he set the vacuum cleaner to do it by itself, and the stupid thing fell down the stairs.
Brilliant.
I love stuff like that. Isn't that always a thing, though? If there's ever a knock or any scary noises in this house, it's always me who has to go and see it. That never changes, does it?
No.
I was thinking this the other day of going like, oh, right, off you go, Adam. To your death. All right.
Yeah, here you go.
If it's a burglar.
Get yourself sorted.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go with my fist and clearly fight this person to death.
Yeah.
Yes. And because you're in Herne Bay, you have to fight them off with a celery stick.
Well, no,
exactly.
And throw an avocado at them.
He has to take his dueling glove and slap him across the face and say, "I meet you at sundown."
Yeah. And then they leave.
Until sundown.
Until sundown. Yeah. Sometimes I don't turn up.
Coward.
Well, this is it. I love the idea of that robot as well, just falling down the stairs.
Plump, 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 plump.
It's like really, really crap Robot Wars.
To be honest, it would have been really good if it's the first series or two.
It would have been good if it was the one that you helped build.
I think find it was a good robot if the engine worked.
If the engine worked.
I don't know much about robotics, and doesn't the engine light is the main thing in any robot?
Yeah, it broke down on the day of recording. All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Were you on Robot Wars?
Yes.
Years ago.
This is beautiful. Like, really?
We have spoken about this on Living the Dream.
But this was when he was avoiding the taxman.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. The taxman. So, like, in the years of the year Roadblock one.
No, it's after Roadblock 1. It's when Chaos 2 won and they brought out Extreme, and then the Americans come over for a few episodes. And unfortunately, I did. Even though I helped a load with building the robot, the teacher took pupils from his previous school, which I found upsetting. But I did get to go backstage and meet all the Roboteers and stuff. And I met Mick Foley. Are you both Mick Foley fans?
Human Nature.
Human Nature, Mankind, and all other sorts of weird and wonderful creations he's done. Nature Boy being one of them as well. He introduced himself to me because he was wandering around the backstage as well, and he just looked me dead in the eye and he went, "What's your name?" But obviously sounding like Mick Foley. I won't do his. I'm not good at impressions. And I went, "It's Paul," and he went, "That is a boring name. I'm going to call you Steve," and he did. For the next 4 hours, he called me Steve.
That's great.
Amazing. Yeah, Paul's boring name, Steve.
Why is that not on your posters?
Steve McFoley.
Yeah.
McFoley. That's a great story. I had a Matchbox Roadblock and Sakilla lot. I love those toys. I don't know whatever happened to them.
I mean, and also, because obviously I didn't want to do it on the British TV, but there was also European TV channels filming as well, and the American TV channels filming. And every time I saw a team being interviewed, I walked into the background and I just carried a screwdriver around with me and just leant over a robot. It looked like I was doing something. And because obviously we don't get to see the European or American Robot Wars over here. I just so happened to be on the Robot Wars forum. This is when Robot Wars was on, and I was reading it through, and this was because I wanted to see how our robot came out across. I think it was in Sweden, because apparently a big following in Sweden, that robot. And they said, "Who is this guy who appears to be on everyone's team? He needs to get some sort of award for being so helpful and repairing everyone's machines for them." And there's a little smile going, "That's me." Although one of the teams came back from their break or whatever they was doing and saw me leaning over their robot with a tool, and went, "What are you doing? You're sabotaging." I went, "No, I'm just looking busy in front of the cameras." So when they got interviewed by the British ones, they gave me one of their little waistcoats to wear and walk in the background as they was being interviewed.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And the final edit of it, you just get to see my shoulder. There you go.
Oh, well, every day's a school day on this podcast.
It sure is.
Well, not every
Simmons didn't know EG meant example given, despite the fact he listens to this podcast all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul, I'm going to tell you something. 90% of comedians who say they listen to your podcast don't.
Yeah. He does listen to it all the time.
Did you know? Do you know what it actually stands for?
He beat me in Portsmouth, so...
Yeah, he does. Do you know what EG actually stands for? And Paul, you should know this because you've done a bit of Latin, haven't you?
Yeah, but the new variation is example given. And I did give it away a little bit as well when I said, "Oh, maybe it's Latin," because it is exempli gratia.
Yes, well done.
Or exempli gratia. Sorry,
yeah.
Exemplar would be in a different tense, and my Latin teacher's now getting very upset with me. But yeah, example.
Does he listen?
For example, and I did say it's Latin for example, as or Dave did. Sorry, not me.
A long time ago.
Yeah, and sometimes Dave isn't as stupid as he appears, and some jokes just go completely under the radar because they're a bit too clever.
Wow.
Yes, and on that
TikTok
note,
yet?
yeah, has he got TikTok?
Has Dave got TikTok?
Yeah, you said he was getting TikTok.
He was getting TikTok, but you know what? His agent is appalling at arranging this sort of stuff for him.
Is he like
He is
Simmons' agent?
appalling.
He's going to get a publicist to sort it out for him this week.
Well, after Simmons' appearance on this, I think Simmons definitely needs better representation. Because if I was like in his position, right, I wouldn't be doing this. Shit. Like seriously, bless him.
Do you know what though? I never contact his agents. I've done that once, and they said no. Every time I've messaged him, he's gone, "You all right?" But before we go, I think we need to let our listeners know about. I know we always have a laugh and say keep it light, but I think we need to let those who don't go on Facebook know what happened this week.
You can do the somber bit then.
Okay. So one of the very first guests that we ever had on Living the Dream Live, if not the first ever guest, the lead singer of the All Tones, the keyboard player for the All Tones, and the drum player and guitar player for the All Tones, the fantastic Nick Higdon. He was a one-man band, quite literally, but sadly he passed away this week, and it was such a shame because his career was going strength to strength, and he'd just done some pretty big gigs online, and he was getting ready for a very busy summer/autumn of gigs, and he stayed in touch with us after doing the show. He always checked to see how we was doing. And I'm pretty sure he even liked the new page at some point as well. So
yeah.
It's really...
And did you know that he even credited us as being the first live radio show performance he'd ever done?
Bless his heart.
Yes, I remember you telling me that with great glee.
Yeah. So he's going to be missed. He was a big character.
He was.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that you would have quite happily have had on the show more than once. It's just he lives so far away. And he done something before it become cool this week. He supported his local football club, Carshalton, as well. And I remember they was on TV. They was on YouTube. Although I saw a video, and behind one of the goals was an advertising banner for the All Tones. And that made me so happy.
Yeah, he was a massive supporter of that team. He'd been supporting them ever since he was little. It's his hometown team. So he's going to be sadly missed. I was really shocked to hear the news from his mum. He was a great bloke.
Anyway, has anyone got anything light to end it on now? Or...
Moose is light.
Very light, yeah.
Moose is light.
Souffles are light.
Souffles. I tell you what isn't light.
MJ.
Oh, okay. I was just
me.
Hey, don't listen to MJ. You still look like you're losing weight, my fine friend.
Yeah.
That's the point. Last week, I said, and if you're Stuart Lee, you'd say my fine friend, or Dave said it. But it's not Stuart Lee, it's Richard Herring. What a couple to get mixed up. They hate each other.
But I didn't want to pull you up on it because I didn't think it was the right time.
Yeah, I forgot to mention I had an email from Richard Herring saying, "Oi, tell Paul he's a knob."
It wasn't me, it was Dave.
Before I forget this as well, there's a Kickstarter for anyone, because it's reminded me talking about Richard Herring. Anyone who remembers Games Master, Dominic Diamond's writing a book about it. Check it out because it seems to be a really good project for all those 90s nerds. And if you're interested, he's on RHLSTP this week as well, but that doesn't need advertising. It's like the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah, if he starts advertising us, then we will.
Second. But in all fairness, we have advertised RHLSTP quite a bit. It's about time Simmons and Herring helped us out a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. To be honest, the next time Simmons is on TV, if he doesn't say he took part in this quiz,
Do you think this is going to be on his IMDb in a few years? Like he's
I
going to
hope so.
look back. Going, what was your highlight? Free Man and a Little Virus.
I tell you what, I was really happy though that he called us shooting stars, because when I write the questions for Dave and Geraldine, that's the vibe I go for. So
And you do well.
So I'm happy. I'm happy that Dave and Geraldine put it off perfectly for me. We always say that.
Yeah. So yeah, if anyone wants to follow Simmons and cheer him up even more, tell him that you heard him on this podcast, not his own one. And just tag him Jokes with Mark on all the socials.
Yeah, so come on, Albaldino, let him know that you listen to him on this podcast. Man alive. Is everything all right, Albaldino?
Al, why are you listening to this? There's much better stuff out there for you.
Yeah.
Like, you can talk to us individually.
And that's not just Albaldino, that's for any of our listeners.
Yeah, just send a message. You're wasting your time listening to this.
Anyway, that's a great plug for the show.
Oh dear.
Musical Insights.